Good morning. Here we are at the Twin Peaks Trail near Waldo Lake. I believe it's 6 something round trip, so about 6.5 round trip. The PCT is 1.5 miles. We crossed that and we'll see what we find. We've been going up a pretty nice trail, gentle climb, going through a nice forest, some lichen hanging in the trees. So far so good. Trail's nice. A few mosquitoes out, not too many. Nothing too annoying so far. Still pretty nice trail so far. Judging from the tracks, there are quite a few bikes up here. Well, looks like we're coming up to the PCT. I believe we just crossed it here. Yep. So Bobby Lake, 3 to the left, Charlton Lake, 4 to the right. So that's the PCT. Don't see anybody out there today. We're going to take this 3595 towards the summit. Since we passed the PCT, the trail has been a little steadier climb. Up to the PCT, I would consider it between moderate and easy. And so far, since we passed the PCT, I would consider it a little more in the moderate range. Well, there's a little pond just off trail. I guess this would explain the mosquitoes. They're not awful, but they're there. Well, we're still gaining a little elevation. The woods are a little more open here, not so much underbrush. There have been a couple of these little ponds. This one happens to be dry, but a couple of little snowmelt ponds. I think these trees are hemlock. Nice rock formation here. Okay, here's the intersection of the Charlton Lake trail. That heads out that way. I don't know what the 19.1 is. Well, climbing pretty steadily again. I think I see an opening up there in about another block or two. Maybe we'll pop out into a big view. It's supposed to be good views up here. Should be able to see all of Waldo Lake and probably some more of the Cascade Lakes. Well, it looks like we're coming up to a pumice area and also the top of something here. Pretty steady climb since we crossed the PCT. This is looking behind us. That is Diamond Peak. And we got a little ways to go to get around the top of this thing. I believe we can go over to the other peak also. There's a nice meadow down in the low spot there. And then I believe this other peak that we're looking at is the place where we're going to eventually end up. First we got to get up this peak. And then I believe there's a trail that goes over to the other one. There's the first big view of Waldo Lake. I imagine it will get better as we get on top of these guys. Beautiful area. Real nice. Not a soul up here either. This should be the top of the first twin. I'm not sure if the twins have separate names or not. But this is as far as she goes. Oh yeah, that must be Wiki, huh?
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Or else that's one's Crane Prairie and one's Wiki. Look how far it's down now.
They're both down.
Yeah, they're both way down. And there's a couple of the sisters. And Jefferson over there to the farthest left.
That's where we're heading, up the top of that.
This is the saddle between the two peaks. Now we're making our way over to the other peak. Probably gonna take a break, have a little lunch. That's either Crane Prairie or Wiki up, the one that's mostly dry there. And then that's either Crane Prairie or Wiki up. There's Bachelor with not much snow left. South Sister, Broken Top, the other sisters. Well, that's the other twin where we just were. Now we're just about to the top of this one. I don't fall over the edge here. Ouch. Yay, I made it. King of the world. Okay, this is looking at Waldo Lake. That's back towards the sisters and Bachelor, and in the distance is Jefferson. Over here is Diamond Peak. And I don't know what this one across from us is, if it has a name. Further back you can see Thielson. You can always recognize him because of the spire. And the lakes are quite low this time of year because of the irrigation. I'm not sure what this one is. Well, we had a little lunch. A little bit of shade up here. Diamond Peak in the background. I believe we're at about an elevation of about 7360. Pretty good hike, a lot of bang for your buck, and only 3¼ miles one way. Get good views of Waldo Lake. Well, after a little scramble towards the end of this second twin, you can see almost all of Waldo Lake. Pretty nice. And you can see the trail down there that we came up on. Diamond Peak, and probably Bailey in the background with a little snow left on it. The Olson crater area. So time to head down. There goes Julie, making her way down. Pretty nice up here. I'd say from the PCT onward up to the summits it would be a moderate to maybe borderline difficult on the last parts of the peaks, but not too bad. There's a nice little campsite on this saddle between the two peaks. You got the Sisters and Bachelor and Broken Top right out your window. Protected. We're back to the top of the other twin. Looking at Waldo Lake. Looks like a sailboat out there. Nice cool breeze. Whew. I think there's about a 1,600 foot elevation gain on this deal. Not positive though. It's got a lot of scenery for it, for a short hike though. For only a 6.5 mile round trip. Another view of Diamond Peak. Very nice. Working our way down, still got great views. Diamond Peak and the lake. Here we're going back through the pumice area. Red pumice. That's a neat looking butte or whatever it is over there. When I see that one, I always think it would make a good one to go explore on foot, but I don't know what it is. Have to do a little more research into it. That's the peak that we just left. That's the second of the Twin Peaks. And we're going down. We're going down. Down, 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 down. Back in the woods again. Shade feels good. Kind of a warm one today. Supposed to be around 90 or 93 depending on where you are in Central Oregon. It's the middle of August, so I guess it's to be expected. Still working our way back down towards the trailhead. We passed the trail to Charlton Lake. So the next thing coming up should be the crossing of the PCT. Okay, here we are back at the PCT. Julie, you want to head north and keep on going?
No, not today.
No hikers today. Doesn't get much easier than this last part of the trail. Okay, here we are back at the trailhead. I believe it took us about 4 hours and it was about 6.5 miles, so a mile and a half an hour, or a little better. Highly recommended hike. I would say moderate for the most part. A little bit difficult towards the top, a little bit easy at the bottom. So hope you can make the hike, and thanks for watching the video. If you have any complaints or compliments, please leave them in the comments section on the video, and we'll see you on the next hike.